Do you want to just start and then we can just cut it off? Okay.
Yeah,
You're like already got it. Okay, awesome. Hello, my name is Abby Bars, and I'm a senior at Wheaton South High School, and I will be interviewing Candice Adams, who is running for Clerk of the Circuit Court. And then we just wanted to ask you to tell the viewers about why you were interested in running for this position.
Thank you. It's a great question. So a little bit about the office first. The Clerk of the Circuit Court's primary role is to be the record keeper for the court. We have about 140 staff members, and we collect annually between $40 to $60 million that we redistribute to different law enforcement agencies, the state, a variety of different agencies. It's a pretty big office in the county and requires a lot of management and understanding of the law. I ran for this office because I wanted to bring some new initiatives that weren't being done, like an expungement clinic that helps people clear a pathway to better housing and jobs and military entrance. So far, in the last 4 years, we've been able to help hundreds of people receive record relief free of charge. We also brought in Amnesty Week, which is a week where we waive collection fees on unpaid court fees and fines that have been sent to collections. And if people come in and pay those in full, we'll waive that 30% collection fee. We've been able to bring in over $100,000 so far doing it. So I ran for this position truly so that I could bring initiatives that would help our court users and the residents of DuPage receive help with our court systems.
And what prior qualifications or experiences have prepared you for running for the clerk?
So there's a ton. Prior to becoming the Clerk of the Circuit Court, I was an attorney at a growing law firm downtown. I became an attorney in 2012, and in this role in the law firm I was working at, I also did some of the management and onboarding of new business. Prior to that, I had spent years working as a manager for a large corporation where I had hundreds of staff members as well. That has all been crucial in my role as the Clerk of the Circuit Court, but also being a mom of four and having to manage time in a very calendar way has made running the Clerk of the Circuit Court's office in my wheelhouse. And then also I've done the job for 4 years, right? So running for re-election, knowing what I'm doing much better today than I was 4 years ago, I think it helps make me the best candidate for the position.
And then what are the biggest issues you see facing the office of the Clerk of the Circuit Court?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So because we're so large, we require a lot of funding, right? And how we were getting revenue has always been through the county board, but through case filings. So when those change, right, so when the number of tickets that are issued or the number of cases that are filed changes, the amount of money that we have in our specialty court or specialty funds also change. So one of the issues that we constantly are discussing is the health of our specialty funds and what that looks like. There's a ton of technological needs in the Circuit Court Clerk's office. We're very lucky that we're the most advanced in the state. But there's ever-growing technological concerns like how to digitize records and how to make sure that your systems are accurately tracking all the data that state statutes now require, specifically under the Safety Act. There's a lot of data points that are to be collected. There's a lot of development that goes into that as well. So our concerns really are the things that programs that we're working on are that, right? So our technological needs, our funding, and then also how to make the courts accessible to court users. Like, it's a tricky system. Like, if you've never been to a courthouse and are there to file a small claims case or a divorce case or any other family law case, or you're there in a criminal matter, we want to do as best we can to help court users understand the process in the courthouse and how they can file the documents needed for their court cases.
And this is similar to what you already mentioned, but what goals do you have for this position?
So even more of the same, right? So more how-to videos on that are web-based to allow court users to have an understanding, hopefully before they come into court, as to what the process should be. Or talking about new ways to provide customer service, and does that include like a Zoom feature where our staff would be able to show documents on a Zoom call instead of just calling over the phone and navigating on your own end, being able to use new technology to creatively answer questions. Certainly we will continue our expungement clinic programs, our amnesty week programs, things that benefit threefold: our staff, our court users, and the taxpayers of DuPage. I'd also like to, in the next 4 years, work on more initiatives for our staff. So 4 years ago, in between 4 years ago and today, we enacted the first parental leave policy in the county, allowing parents, regardless of their gender, to be able to take 12 weeks after they've had a baby. We've raised our starting wage to $40,000, and there's still a lot of work to be done there too. So we have about 60 to 70 projects on my whiteboard that we're working on over the next 4 years, but it does include focusing on our staff, our taxpayers, and our court users.
And then, is there anything else you would like to tell voters?
Yes. The Clerk of the Circuit Court's office is such an interesting role and a critical role in our county. We house the records of our court system that go all the way back to 1839. We house the evidence for all of the court cases that happen in our courthouse. We are a very large county department and an important one. This is definitely a role that few people know about and understand the complexities, but one that our county here should be proud of, and certainly very proud of the work that we've done over the last 4 years. And I really thank you for the time to be able to share it with you today.
Yeah, thank you.